May 30th, 1967, one man stood before microphones and tore Nigeria apart with just 5 words. I declare the Republic of Biafra. That man was Chukwuemeka Ojukwu. Today, some call him the lion who saved the Igbos, but others call him the man who fed children to the vultures. So, which one should we hear? Let's talk about facts. 1996, Igbos were being butchered like animals in the north. We're talking machetes, we're talking pregnant women, we're talking children. Pogroms. Over 30,000 Igbo killed, maybe even 50,000. But nobody even counted properly because Nigeria didn't even care. Trains were filled with corpses rolling back to the east. Refugees were flooding home with stories that would even give you nightmares right now. And the federal government, Gowon and his boys, they did nothing know. They only watched the Igbo die and then screamed about unity. So Ojukwu, this Oxford-trained lieutenant colonel, looked at his people and said, enough. He didn't start the war, no. He started a shield. Biafra wasn't rebellion, it was a survival. And then for 3 years, this man fought the Nigerian government, the British government, and the entire world. While Nigerian soldiers had guns and bombs raining from the skies, Biafran engineers were building weapons with nothing. Ojukwu gave the Igbos something Nigerians tried to take, their dignity. He made them stand tall when the world wanted them to be on their knees. Between 1967 and 1970, over 1 million people died. Some say 3 million, and most of them were children. Kwashoko. We all know that word. Swollen bellies, stick legs, baby too weak to even cry. You know the pictures of those African children that shocked the world, starving African children? That was Ojukwu's Biafra. But here's the painful part. People begged him to negotiate. The organizations of African unity tried, foreign diplomats tried, but Ojukwu said no, again and again, Biafra or death. Death came. It came for grandmothers, it came for fathers, it came for babies who never lived to see their 5th birthday. And when Biafra finally fell, in January 1970, when the war was finally lost, where was the great Ojukwu? On a plane to Ivory Coast, sipping fine wine in exile while his people faced firing squad. He told them no condition is permanent. He left them in that condition for 11 years. But wait, let's flip the coin. So ask yourself, would a hero run? Like, would a hero leave his soldiers to surrender alone? But here is where it gets complicated, because this is not a movie. What if this Nigerian civil war wasn't just an ordinary war? What if it was a deliberate starvation campaign? Like they always say, starvation is the legitimate weapon of war. I mean, that's what they say, right? What if Ojukwu's only crime was believing that the Igbos deserve to live free? Or what if his only crime was too much pride, too much ego to admit defeat until it was too late? 55 years later, and we still can't agree. If you go to Enugu, they'll build you a statue of him. But if you go to Lagos, they will spit on his name. Chukwuemeka Odimegu Ojukwu, the man who declared Biafra, hero who fought for his people, or villain who led them to slaughter. And the fact that we are still arguing about this in this big 2025 tells you everything you would need to know about Nigeria. So what's your take? Hero or villain? Drop your comments. Let's settle this once and for all. Because something tells me that you people are not ready for this conversation.